All right, my name's Billy O'Donnell. I am 19. I am a freshman here at U of I, and my major is accounting. So I went to Barrington High School, applied to college just like all my friends did well in all my classes, and I had a few schools to choose from, but I didn't think that going straight to college was for me, so I decided to take a gap year. Out of the high school I went to, there were very small percentage of people even doing it, so it was something very uncommon. So I was questioning if it was the right move for me, considering none of my peers were doing it. But I knew I wanted to get real-world experience and get working and experience the business world before I, eventually studied business. And fortunately, I'm very lucky to have a lot of different opportunities to work through my family and stuff. It was one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, so I just kind of pulled trigger and went for it. I went to O'Hare sometime in mid-December and stepped into LAX later that evening. So from September to the holiday season, I was living in Santa Monica, California. I lived with one of my uncles and worked for a men's clothing company called Johnny O. The winter semester, so from January to about May or so, I lived in Greenwich, Connecticut and worked in New York City for 8 weeks at ABC Television. And for the remainder of that time, I ended up working for the same clothing company that actually has an office in Greenwich as well as Santa Monica. I definitely learned that I like a smaller business as opposed to a giant conglomerate. Everyone was very hardworking and they all just wanted to see Johnny O thrive, and I thought that was incredible. When I lived in New York, ABC Television was incredible, but it was a lot different from Johnny O because I worked on 66th Street in downtown Manhattan. It's just everyone's hustling and bustling, and it was also interesting because I had to commute every day to the city. So I went, took a train, took a subway, walked the New York streets twice a day. And that in and of itself is something. I learned a lot about myself. I tried every day to get myself out of my comfort zone. What I tell people, a gap year is totally what you make of it. My personal goals in life are to be very business savvy, work for a startup. But if you're artsy or if you like producing videos, whatever it is, if you feel like you can really gain something by doing it for a year before you go to college to study it, I think it's completely the right move. It's something to easily write on your resume. It's an awesome conversation starter since it's not overly popular. In high school, I wasn't super involved. I did a couple sports, didn't do any clubs, got good grades, but I wasn't a stellar student. But now that I took this gap year, I have loads to talk about about my personal character and stuff like that. Life's too short to kind of do the status quo, and just because the strong majority of your class is going straight to college, I felt like the gap year was right for me. And I figured you can't do a gap year any other time aside from now. And I said, screw it. I think it's what's right for me, and I'm more than happy that I did it.